आज चाहिँ म जेरी बनाउन लागिरहेको छु एन्ड हजुरहरूसँग सेयर गरौँ भनेर लाइभ आएको मैले स्टार्ट गरिसकेको छु हैन देख्न सक्नुहुन्छ अलिकति बनाइसके यिनीहरू चाहिँ अघि हाल्दै गरेको यहाँ मेरो नयाँ ओइल हालेर मैले यो तताउँदैछु त्यो पनि तातिसकेको छ लगभग अब यो ट्रेलाई पनि खाली गरौँ यस्तो बनेको छ जेरी तातो तातो जेरी हाम्रोमा चाहिँ अहिले नाइट भएको छ इट्स फ्राइडे इभिनिङ and I'm making Jerri Jalebi. So I have few of them made already. I'm just making little bit today. Welcome to my channel. Welcome everyone. Batter bottle. This is the batter that I made, and now the temperature is already high on this, which is I need it to be 325-ish. Now it's a little bit above 350. So I'm going to start adding. The temperature is really high. So the ideal temperature for jalebi is around anywhere from 300 to 325. Right now it's super high because I was doing other stuff and I let the oil heat up really fast. So I've already turned down my heat because I want it to cool down. So now it's going to 325. So once we cook them a few minutes on each side, we'll flip them around. So this is a dessert. They are fried and dipped into the sugar syrup right here. And then they're supposed to be crispy outside and juicy inside. So my temperature is now a little bit less than 325, so it's just perfect. So I'll go ahead and turn up the heat a little bit to medium high. And I'm just adding about 3 or 4 each time. We want to let them cook until it's like slightly less bubbles. This one's breaking up, so I'll just twist it around and just attach it. Sometimes that happens. Just quickly bring it around and reattach it. So we're making Jerri or Jalebi. Hi, thank you. It is super yummy. Making this Jerri is a little bit tricky. You got to make sure your oil temperature is right. You got to make sure your syrup temperature is right. So actually, that reminds me to check. So right now I'm at 116. So I'm going to give it a little turn on the heat and bring this to like 125-ish. So this is done. This is what it looks like. Nice, shiny. It comes out shiny once it dips. So this is ready. So the longer you fry, the longer it's going to be crispy, and you just dip right into the syrup. This is very popular dessert in Nepal. I'm thinking it's probably popular in India as well. And recently I found out this is popular in Middle Eastern countries as well. And we call it Jerri. Nepali people call it Jerri. I believe Indian call them Jalebi. And I think Middle Eastern call them Julbia. Julbia. Hi everyone. Thanks for joining my channel. I'm making Jerri. This is a dessert item. So the temperature is around 300. So I'll go ahead and start adding. So I'm adding about 5 circles each, not more. And it doesn't have to be in circles. You can make them any shape you like. Uh, and they do break easily sometimes. I'm not sure. I'm not really perfect at making this, but um, sometimes they break. Sometimes they're soggy. So the reason is being, well, with my experience, this is what it looks like. Nice shine glare. Um, Sometimes if your temperature of your sugar syrup is not correct, if it's too high, then it becomes soggy. If it's too low, or sometimes if the sugar syrup is too thin, um, and also your batter sometimes is too thin or too thick. So you got to watch out a lot of things when making jerry. So you want to have the batter to be just thick enough for it to kind of drop um, from your spoon, like 5 to 6 seconds to drop everything down, and like a ribbon, like in a ribbon, like a consistency. So more like a pancake batter. So I'm just getting the small bits and pieces out because they kind of go in the jerry and they don't look cool. Bothers me. So just those are burnt pieces from the jerry. So once you let this cook about a minute or two each side, and you see like the bubbles are much less, then you know it's ready to come out. So these are already ready. You can make them even darker by, um, frying them longer. But I don't like them too dark, so I just take them out when they're slightly like not bubbling anymore. And make sure you have enough syrup for them to like kind of dip all the way. Welcome everyone. Thanks for joining my live video today. I am making Jerry. Um, and let me know where you guys watching me from. I'm streaming live from Utah right now. It's about 10:30 at night. Go ahead and get these out. So you want to put them in the sugar syrup for about 20 to 30 seconds, and then put them on a tray. You don't want to stack them just yet. Let them completely cool down before you stack them. Several hours for it to cool down like completely. And when they come out of the oil, they're quite crispy. So when you're dipping them into the syrup, just be extra careful because they break really easily. So you can flip them around or just have them like kind of sink in there for like 20, 30 seconds. Since I'm doing in a hurry, I just let them sit there. I'm almost coming to an end. I don't have much batter left. So I'm just showing you guys how it's being made. I hope you guys are enjoying. Please, if you like this kind of video, please do like, share, and subscribe, please, to my channel. I'm also in TikTok with the same ID, Mero Nepali Life. And I mainly make food videos. Most of them are more food videos. And one thing to remember is when you're frying things, make sure you're drinking water because all the fumes from the oil is making your throat dry and you would want to cough. I've had that many times. Hi. Hi, Jada. Hi, Owen. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Mohammed. Thanks all for watching. Um, Taking time to watch my live video here. So I'm just going to empty this out real quick. This is what it looks like. Nice, shining Jerri jalebi. So I'm just emptying them into my bigger tray because I let them drip there, the extra syrup. And once it has dripped, I just transfer them to a bigger tray for it to cool down. And there you go. This one's ready to come out. Oh, these are burning, so let's get this out. They are really crispy now because I let them sit there for a while. And my temperature is now at 325, so I can go ahead and add more. Flip this over. So your batter has to be like a pancake batter, not too thin, not too thick. I've noticed if it's too thin, they break really easily, and you start to see the peaks on the outer coil, the outer circle. Um, so you want to make sure your batter is nice and thick, but you don't want it too thick that it's not like when you kind of put your spoon up, you want them to be kind of falling down in one consistent um, ribbon. Like if they're like breaking, then that means your batter is too thick. And if your batter is falling too fast, then you know it's your batter is too thin. So you can adjust by adding water if it's too thick, and then add flour if it's too thin versus too thick. So hi, Daisy Clip. Thank you for watching my video, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel and support me. I do make mainly food videos. So these are all ready to go. My temperature on my syrup is right now at 130. So that's good. So these are ready to be flipped over. And you also make sure that your oil is not too low, because that if that happens, then your jerry comes out flatter. And I make everything from scratch. So everything that I have here, I made it myself. I did not buy any ready-made batter, although you can buy them at store. They're very easy to make. Just that just have to know like the right temperature of all that oil, your syrup, and all that. So my container is slightly empty. There, I just have a few more in there. So I'll just go ahead and fill it up while these are cooking. Because if you go all the way to the bottom, they come out like a little funky looking. They're not smooth. So I'll go ahead and just add more batter to my bottle. This is quite done. Check this out. They're very crispy right now. That shiny glazed jalebi. So just let them sit in the tray here. Let it drip all this excess syrup. Like this over. So I'm gonna let this down. So this is at low right now. So meanwhile, I'll go ahead and add my batter that I have left here. I don't have much left. I probably have one more bottle full batter here. And I made this batter overnight or in the morning if you're making in the evening, or if you're making in the morning, make them night before, let them ferment. So my batter, if you're curious what I have in my batter, it's just all-purpose flour with some yogurt, baking powder, water, and you just mix them, and a little bit of color, of course. You can make them. Oh, my one of my Jerry's burning, so let me get that out first. You can add color, or it's not necessary. You can if you want. If you don't want, you don't have to. It'll just come out more like yellowish color. See what it looks like. Isn't that cool looking? It's so crispy on the outer side. Um, it's really tasty. Like when I start eating them, I can't stop basically. So I try not to eat as much when I'm making this, but although it's so hard to resist. So I'm just filling up my bottle here with the last bit of batter that I have left. Hi everyone, those of you who just joined, I'm just letting you know I'm making Jerri. It's a dessert. Jalebi, Jerri, Zulbia. um, it's a very, very popular dessert in Nepal. I remember eating this when we were little. We used to go. It's like a kind of like a one of those hot street food item. Okay, so this one I should get it out. Hi Julius, I am making Jerri. It's called Jerri. It's a sweet dessert. It's a Nepali, one of the Nepali food. It's dessert, very popular. This is what it looks like. Look at that shine, all like glazed from the sugar syrup. Everything made at home from scratch. I'm just gonna shift this over to the other tray because my little tray is full. These are very, very crispy outside and really juicy inside. It tastes really yummy. Of course, anything sugary is yummy, right? So I just transfer it to the other tray. So I'm gonna now turn up my heat to medium high. Thanks for joining, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If you're in TikTok, you may also follow me there. It's the same ID that I have, Mehro Nepali Life. These jerrys are very yummy, very popular dessert in Nepal. They are obviously sweet. So if you are a sweet tooth person, you are just fine to eat it as is. But if you are a person who don't like much sweet, just like a moderation sweetness, then you can eat it with, a plain yogurt. Um, we, I used to eat, we, I should say, but I used to eat with a slight thin tortilla. That's what they're served in Nepal with the little tortilla. You put the jerry in the middle, and then you should wrap it around and you eat it. That would kind of cut down on the sugary taste. Oh, let me show what I look like. Hi, everyone. So this is the jerry batter. So it's all full. And this is my last batch left to do. So after this, I will be done. So my temperature is reaching to a little over 325. So I'll go ahead and start adding. Temperature is a bit high. That's why they're coming out peaks on the outer side, the outer coil or outer ring. And so one way to lower your temperature is just to start just adding batter or turn down the heat, obviously. But I'll just go ahead and continue to add it, and then it's already reaching a little less than 325 now. So I'll let them cook. So the oil I'm using today is just basic canola oil. You could use any oil you have, vegetable oil, soybean oil, sunflower seed oil, any oil you have for frying. Um, some people even fry these in the ghee, but I don't have ghee. Um, I do, but I don't have enough for frying, so I just use my frying oil. So I see they're coming out a little bit flatter, so it's possible that my oil might be a little bit too low. Um, so I think the next round I'll add a teeny bit of oil. Although it may not be so hard. Sometimes so hard to tell, like what's the problem, you know? So my batter's consistency looks okay, I think. Let's see. Yeah, they're okay. I think either maybe I just need a little bit of baking. Sometimes you just have to adjust things around. Maybe I just need a little bit more baking powder. Maybe I'll do that. Sometimes if they don't puff up well, have that flat, you just have to adjust things around. So either your batter could be thin, thick, not puffing up. So there's a lot of modification you can do with the batter. So I don't like the shape of this one already. Um, so like I said, I'm not a professional jerry maker here, so the shapes sometimes don't come out the way I want them to look. But it's still okay, I guess. Just learning. So they've been frying on each side for a while. So I'll go ahead and turn down the heat and let this soak up in the syrup for about 20 to 30 seconds. And you want to make sure you have enough syrup because they need to kind of, well, completely submerge in the syrup. So that's small bits and pieces out of there. So while they're soaking nicely, I'll go and see if I can add a little bit of baking powder to my batter. Just a teeny bit, like maybe about one eighth teaspoon. And then give it a whisk and you don't want to whisk it too much. You just want to gently fold. You don't want to whisk it too vigorously like that because you want those bubbles. So just go slowly fold, fold, fold. Okay, let's see. The batter, the way to test it is to lift up your spoon and let it drip. And if it's breaking, then you know your batter is too thick. But if it's running smoothly, like a pancake then you know it's good. But I might have a feeling that it might be slightly thin, so I'll go ahead and add half a teaspoon of flour to my batter. So having the right consistency of your batter is very important when you're making jerry. You don't want them to be too thin because when you put them in the oil, they don't come out. So they're going to be creating a lot of peaks around your circles. And when that happens, when it's soaking up the syrup, it's not going to absorb as much because all those holes that they have on the sides are going to leak all your syrup. So you want to make sure you can get smoother rings all the way around. So I'm going to let them drip all the excess syrup from here in this tray. This is just regular cookie tray, cookie cooling tray. Um, and then so let it just drip, drip, drip. And once it finished dripping, I'll go ahead and transfer to the bigger tray. So these are all good to go. My oil temperature right now is just about 320, 25. So I'll go ahead and let this drip, and I'm gonna start. I'll crank up the heat teeny bit and continue to pour my batter. This is my last bit. So sometimes towards the end, like when you're like at the end, like you have to do a lot of adjustment to your batter because it's been sitting there. Maybe the bubbles are not there anymore. So you gotta add baking powder. If you let it open, it might have dried out. So you gotta add water if it's too thick. If it's too thin, you gotta add flour, just like what I did. I had um covered it earlier, but somehow just because it's the last cup or so of batter, it's tricky. Sometimes I just give up at the end because it's too much adjustment going on. So my sugar syrup temperature is about 127, so which is still good. And I'll get this piece out. I hope you guys are enjoying. Please do subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to hear from you guys. Hi, everyone. If you have just joined, I'm making Jerri. This is a Nepali dessert. Okay, I'll go ahead and crank up the heat actually before I start adding because if the temperature is too low, that's also one of the reasons that it'll come out flat. So these are almost, yeah, they're already done dripping excess syrup. So I'll go ahead and transfer for my next while I'm waiting. Okay. Please, please, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for supporting me and my little channel here. I mainly make food videos. Um, if you like, if you guys have any comments, questions, feel free to write them down in the comment section below. I'll go and start cleaning up a bit while the oil is heating up because right now it's 10:45. I gotta get up early tomorrow. Where are you guys tuning in from? Thanks for all the hearts, likes. Appreciate it. Okay, I think, yeah, this is at 3:25. So let's go ahead and start. This looks okay. Try another one. So they slightly sink when you add the batter, and they rise up. They float up to the surface. The temperature has gone up. That's why it's creating all those peaks outside, which I did not want it, but that's okay. But as I start adding batter, the oil is going to cool down a little bit, and that will help it. Okay, I'll have one more. So we let's let them fry on each side about a minute or two. And you can already see that, like when you see like those less bubbles, then you know it's ready to be flipped. And then you flip it to the other side, let it cook, let it cook for a few minutes, and then you take them out. So the goal of Jerri that we're making is to be crispy, juicy, shiny, and um, it has this tangy flavor because I have added yogurt to it. So sweet, a little bit of sour taste, but not much. Sour taste really not sour. I shouldn't say sour, but this is what it looks like. And goes right into the syrup. The temperature's at 320, not 25 quite yet. So I'll let it, before I add more, I'll go ahead and add. See, you want to get rid of those small pieces because look, they get stuck to those Jerri, so, and they don't look cool. I'll go ahead and remove it once I get it out from there. The temperature is 325, so go ahead and add more. These are already crispy, so time to get them out. First one can come out. It's been sitting there for a while. I usually just stack them under so I know that which one, the one on the top comes out. See, they already cracked. And they're so crispy. So when my syrup is running low too, so see that pieces in the middle? That's what I don't want. So I'll get that out shortly. These are so crispy, they break so easily. Maybe I could use that one to show at the end. These are ready to be flipped over to the other side. Hi everyone, thanks for joining my video here. I'm making Jerri. I hope you guys are enjoying this. If you have any questions, feel free to um, write them down in the comment section. I love to hear from you guys. Let me know where you guys are watching from. Make sure to drink water because you're all that fume from the hot oil is gonna make your throat really dry and scratchy. So this is what it looks like. I'm just letting them drip excess syrup there. And these can come out soon. But before I take them out, I'll go and add another one. I think I have enough to make just one more after this. I'm running low on my syrup too, so perfect. This one that I just added is really nice. Not peaks around it. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. See, I might have one more. Not enough for one more either. Yikes. And it's breaking already. So, yeah, I can just bring it around and just tuck it in. And that'll do. This is ready to be flipped. I'll make a baby one. This one came out really nice too. Nice circle. So I can get these out. They've been sitting there for seconds there. So about 20 to 30 seconds. If it's a little bit longer, that's okay too. I'm running out of space here as well. So I'll just squeeze these. Just step them, push them to the other side. Yeah, I can make one more baby one. So this is it, guys. That is how we make Jerri in the fall. I hope you guys are enjoying my video here of me making Jerri. I think this can come out now. This can be flipped over. And go ahead and turn off the heat as well. See what it looks like. Nice, yummy, juicy, shiny, crispy, hot Jerri. This is done as well. See what it looks like. So I will go ahead and push these a little bit to the other side, make room for my one more, two more, I should say. Well, soaking. And we have a tiny baby Jerry's here. Look how cute they are. Teeny, teeny ones. Okay. I'll let this soak up. And this will come out as well. So let's see, just need to make room here. We make that over, bring this over here a teeny bit, and then just slide this in between. I'll show you one of this crispy ones that's broken. So sorry, one of the Jerri broke. So I'm just gonna show you. See that? It's crunchy, crispy, and it's I can't even crush it. It's like really, really hard and crispy. So that's exactly what we want. Because these are, if they're soggy and soft, it's no good. I mean, some people may like soft, but there's hardly any. Dairies are supposed to be crispy. So, yeah, there you have it, guys. This is it. That's my Jerri right there. I don't even have any more space on my other bigger tray, but I'll show you real quick. If I can make a space for one more, I'll show you what it looks like on my bigger tray. So this is what I made just tonight. Lots of Jerri, lots of Jerri. So I have no more space in this tray. So I'll go ahead and leave them to cool down in this tray. And yeah, that's all. So thank you all for watching my video. I really appreciate it. I will turn it around so you can see who I'm talking to. See. Thank you all for watching my video. Sabay dyan live. Thank you. Dari-dari धन्यवाद. मेरो च्यानलमा आएर मेरो भिडियो हेरिदिनु भएकोमा हजुरहरूलाई जेरीको भिडियो कस्तो लाग्यो कमेन्ट गरिदिनु होला राम्रो लाग्यो नराम्रो लाग्यो केही टिप्सहरू मेरो लागि छ भने पनि छोडिदिनु होला किनभने म जेरी भर्खर नयाँ नयाँ हो जेरी बनाउँदै गरेको yeah, if you guys have any questions feel free to ask. You can send me a message. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And yeah, hopefully I'll come up with another food and share with you to kind of let you know how I make it. So yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and have a good night. Bye. Thank you. Oopsie.